Thank you, Kelly. And can I just say, I'm now going to use your 4 minutes that you didn't use just to chat. How are we all? You all okay? It's all good? Yeah? Happy? Genuinely, come on, let me hear you. Are you all happy? Yes? Good. Brilliant speakers. I was saying that at the break, that we're really, really blessed, because sometimes you come along to these things and think, gee whiz, this is a whole day. I'm off at lunchtime. But seriously, I have to say, superb presentation so far. 3 more still to go. No pressure, Emma. So, next up is Emma Church, who's the Impact Manager. Oh, that's a job title, isn't it? Right there. The Impact Manager for Construction Scotland Innovation Centre. Emma, come and tell us all about it.
Yeah, no pressure at all. So I'm actually one of many impact managers at Construction Scotland Innovation Centre. A little bit of an overview of what we are, who we are, to get started. So construction may be in our name, but we are about more than that. We're about the built environment and the infrastructure that supports that, whether that be the existing built environment or the development of new build properties. We've heard quite a lot today from some of the other speakers about the challenges in the built environment in terms of reaching the net zero targets. We are a centre located in Hamilton Technology Park, just outside Glasgow, and we are a national innovation centre, part of the Innovation Centre programme, of which iBioIC is also part of that network. So ultimately, we are here as a vehicle to represent industry and to connect that industry with public sector and academia to drive forward innovation and ensure that the culture of innovation and the drive and the demand from industry is echoed and shared amongst our key stakeholders. Again, we have heard a little bit already about construction in the built environment and its impact on the climate agenda. A huge amount of waste materials, materials use, and energy generation is created from the built environment in which we all live and work. And talking about the existing built environment, is many of those buildings will be around in 2045 when we are expected to be net zero. So the retrofitting of that asset base is really, really important. And there's lots of innovation happening across, from skills into manufacturing and products through to users and how items and services are procured. We sit right in the middle of that ecosystem, like I say, representing opinions from industry, needs of industry, communicating that to the public sector, allowing industry to understand where public sector demands are coming from, what the pipeline of work looks like, so therefore they can direct their investments in people and time and products to help meet those needs, not just for what we need now, but what we're needing in the future to help deliver and create a robust supply chain and a really effective net zero built environment. And academia is a really key part of that as well. Innovation being driven through research, but also using the academic base to, proof of concept of new products and services, trialling new pieces of equipment, and driving forward the collaborative work of all of those sectors. So, collaboration is absolutely key to driving innovation. There's a few of our partners and key stakeholders, some of whom you've heard from today, some of whom will be in the room. We and myself and the other network of impact managers, we have our own stakeholder networks that we use effectively to get the right people around the table to understand the challenges, but also to develop those challenges into real areas of opportunity, and then call upon others in our networks to help us make that happen. And also, gaining insights from like for example Tier 1 contractors and house builders, so that we can feed back into Scottish Government when they are asking for guidance on what does the sector need. We act to be that representative body for the sector. 4 key areas that we focus on: retrofit, because it is a huge challenge and represents, like I say, a particular large proportion of our built environment and the work that needs to be done. The digital space, so the use of new digital technologies like AR and VR in the skills programmes, but also in monitoring and designing new builds, like what we'd heard from IES earlier. So the use of data to drive good practice. MMC, that's modern methods of construction, so looking at off-site manufacturing, which can lower costs when done appropriately at scale. Use of homegrown materials, increase safety record, for example, using off-site manufacturing. And sustainability from embodied carbon in the materials use, but also operational carbon, how that energy is used within our built environment. And we deliver that through our connected ecosystem. So again, engaging with industry, being that voice of industry, and coming to things like today where we can speak to others and share what it is that we do. Collaborative projects, I'll give some examples in a moment of the work that we've done and some of the work that's coming down the line. Our innovation factory is one of our biggest assets. So it's a 38,000 square foot facility in Hamilton. I would absolutely encourage anyone to come along and see examples of our project work. It's available for industry to come and use, to work with academia, to try out their ideas, to get hands-on with new bits of technology and in a lower risk environment. And we've actually, post-COVID, we've just reopened our factory visit schedule starting from the 5th of April. So, check out our website, and if you get the opportunity to come along, it's a really fantastic tour, and it's really inspiring to see some of the projects that have been done already and what we're focusing on going forward. Skills has been touched on previously, looking at the workforce who are actually going to be the boots on the ground, who are going to be implementing, zero emissions heating systems, and being the people who are retrofitting our buildings. So ensuring that that we're upskilling, we're reskilling, and that we have a pipeline of, valued and skilled workforce coming through, right through from schools engagement through to colleges and university and beyond. So yeah, again, it's just about that culture shift. Younger people are more engaged with the climate agenda, and they do want to find ways that they can, be an effective part of the positive changes, and we support that absolutely. So there is a little bit of a video. So here's some of the technology that we have on site. We have robotics, we have a off-site manufacturing line using different digital technologies, a pilot insulation line which will allow us to take different sustainable materials and create new insulation products, for example, hemp or wool fibre products. So just a couple of examples of our existing activity. So the Make It Smart Hub, which is focused on providing technology and learning, access to technology and upskilling for companies based in the Highlands and Islands. While we might have a facility in central Scotland, but we are absolutely representing and seek to represent companies and organisations right across Scotland. So this is an existing project, so if you have any contacts or anyone working in that area, seeking out the Make It Smart Hub is definitely a way to ensure that there's upskilling and learning about the specific challenges that are faced in Highlands and making those technologies accessible for companies in those regions. Low carbon learning, so there's a video that will go. So this is really key part of our skills programme. Sorry, I didn't think that the sound would go, so I was planning to talk over it, so I'll maybe... Oh no, it's going down now. Thanks. So yeah, we're actually just launching this week our kind of third iteration of the low carbon learning programme. Initially it was Passive House, you'd heard about it before. So this was a funded learning platform delivered digitally as well as in-face training at the factory around Passive House. The second lot was around retrofitting, so again the Retrofit standard that that was referenced earlier by SFT, and this next phase is all around the fabric first approach. So there's fabric first modules. There is a carbon accounting module, as well as, beg your pardon, because it's brand new, just remember. Mass timber solutions, apologies, and sustainable insulation. So again, this is a funded programme which is delivered in partnership through our partnerships with Skills Development Scotland and others. My time is running out. I'm nearly there. So again, transforming timber, this was about consortia building and looking at the supply chain and looking at the solutions for using homegrown timber. So rather than importing, so obviously the carbon costs associated with importation are much higher compared to if you can use local grown timber. So there's an alliance of invested organisations who want to see the development of or increased use of homegrown timber in construction in Scotland. Remote Building Inspection Framework is one of our key digital programmes which came out of the kind of response to COVID, so not being able to get on site, so looking at using technology and digital software and VR, etc., to be able to immersively inspect buildings and using cutting edge technology to be able to deliver the same level of service through in the construction process. So yeah, please get in touch, sign up for one of our tours. There are so many more projects that we have running at the moment and coming down the line in response to some of the key, particularly decarbonisation of heat challenges that are being faced by the built environment. So yeah, please do get in touch and if you can, sign up for one of our tours and come visit us. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you.